Hello everyone, this is Suzanne and welcome again to As the Spirit Moves. Today I want to touch upon the verse in the Bible in Proverbs that says, "Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old he will not depart from it." That's a tough one. I know many parents have lamented over their children departing from what they've been taught. And when our children are little, we teach them right from wrong, how to dress properly, how to eat, how to make a living, how to save money, to be God-fearing people. For those of us that have been raised in Christian homes, I wasn't, but my mom taught me all the things I just mentioned, and I think I turned out pretty good in my eyes. But we have to look in God's eyes. God gave us a spirit of free will. Once things are taught to us when we're young, as we grow older and we start making choices, those choices has consequences. And sometimes it's through those consequences that is the very thing that will turn us around and bring us back to where we should be. I know in my life, I have fallen away, fallen down, and I finally had to come to the realization, bring back those teachings as a child and things that I heard about God and get back on the right track. That was my choice. Our children have a choice. Once they're grown and we've done the best we can, and even if we didn't do the best we can sometimes, I know of people that have come up out of horrific conditions and have become very strong Christians. Why? Because they made a choice. They made a choice to do the right thing, to follow God, and maybe let go of alcoholism, prostitution, righteous living, all those things that were hurting them. And they turn around and they start making a lot better choices. And that's what our prayer is for our children, that they make those good choices and that they come to themselves. Let's talk a little bit today about the prodigal son. In Luke chapter 15, Jesus is speaking, and this is the parable. "And he said, a certain man had 2 sons, and the younger of them said to his father, 'Father, give me the portion of the goods that fall to me.' So he divided them his livelihood. And not many days after, the younger son gathered all together and journeyed to a far country, and there wasted his possessions with prodigal living." Now, prodigal living is recklessness, abandonment, just throw caution to the wind and have a good old time. "But when he had spent all, there arose a severe famine in the land, and he began to be in want. Then he went and joined himself to a citizen of that country, and he sent him in his field to feed the swine. And he would gladly have filled his stomach with the pods that the swine ate, but no one gave him anything. But when he came to himself," there it is, all those teachings, when he came to himself, "How many of my father's hired servants have bread enough to spare, and I perish with hunger? I will arise and go to my father, and I will say to him, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired servants.' And he arose and came to his father. But when he was still a great way off, his father saw him and had compassion, and ran and fell on his neck and kissed him." Evidently, the father had been looking and looking each day for his son to come back. And the day finally arises. How wonderful is that? "And the son said to him, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and in your sight. I'm no longer worthy to be called your son.' But the father said to his servants, 'Bring out the best robe and put it on him, and put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. And bring the fattened calf here and kill, and let us eat and be merry. For this my son was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found.' And they began to be merry. Now his older son was in the field, And as he came and drew near to the house, he heard music and dancing. So he called one of the servants and asked what these things meant. And he said to him, "Your brother has come, and because he has received him safe and sound, your father has killed the fatted calf." Oh, but he was angry and would not go. Therefore his father came out and pleaded with him. So he answered and said to his father, "Lo, these many years I've been serving you. I never transgressed your commandment at any time, and yet you never made me a young goat that I might make merry with my friends. But as soon as this son of yours came, who has devoured your livelihood with harlots, and you killed the fatted calf for him." And he said to him, "Son, you are always with me, and all that I have is yours. It was right that we should make merry and be glad, for your brother was dead and is alive again, and was lost and now is found." Now, isn't that how it is? Sometimes it's like, "Hey, I've done all this and you never threw a party for me. I've been the good one. What are you doing, Dad?" Well, as his father pointed out, you were always with me. You were safe. Your son was very lost, but now he's come back. He's found. His son remembered, made the choice to come back. Now, friends, that's how it is with us as parents. Many of us are still waiting for our prodigal son to come back to those teachings, to goodness, to faithfulness. We may be in the waiting room a very long time. We have to let God work through our children. It's in there. We taught them. Don't ever give up hope. Our sons may someday, or daughter, may appear on our doorstep with that humble heart, wanting to come back. Wouldn't that be a wonderful day? All right, everyone, I hope you've gotten some great content here. I hope you've gotten some something to think about. And keep the faith, keep strong, and remember, we all have choices, and those choices lead us to where we are today. All right, everyone, this is Suzanne from As the Spirit Moves. You have a blessed day.